Hello everybody, I am the Black Sigma, or you could just call me Eric, and welcome back to Dads. Dads. I still haven't made a decision on what dad to message. Well, I do have a preset relationship with Craig, so it would make sense to social network with him. But also, I'm kinda interested in Robert, but I haven't even met the guy other than, hey, he's holding a cup of whiskey and I like it. He's cool. Brian, you're a nice guy, but not for me. Music Man Matt. Vampire Damien, English teacher Hugo, or Joseph has a wife. I mean, I wouldn't want to break up a happy marriage now, would I? We're going with Craig because it's the safe option. I see there are levels of hearts. Oh. Dad of 3, business entrepreneur, fitness enthusiast. Get one last good cardio session in. Box of energy bars. A sub 6-minute mile. Beer pong world champion. That's what he wanted to be growing up. I didn't know what beer pong was growing up. But obviously I did as a teenager. But buddy cop movies, scaling a huge dangerous mountain for fun is his ideal date. I'm gonna go back. Okay, I had the option to say I never leave home without a knife, but he doesn't leave home without at least 4 knives. What? His turn-ons are pronouncing bosom correctly? What the hell, Damien? His last name is BLOODMARCH. I don't know. That wasn't me. But Damien's last name is BLOODMARCH. That's so weird. He wanted to be a bat when he grew up? Foreign art house horror? The music drums to the beat of our hearts. He never leaves home without an upside down cross. My god, Damien. You know what? Sure, it's not the safe bet, and it's not the dangerous bet. It's the intriguing and weird one. Damien seemed really interesting. A little odd, but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. I navigate to Damien's dadbook page and type out a message. Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a minute before I see that Damien's typing. But then he keeps typing. And typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer to make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee and the computer finally dings. Oh. Eric, I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter, for, as you see, I do find myself available to enjoy your company. I must ask for your forgiveness, however, as I believe our first meeting did not paint me in as gentlemanly manner as I would have liked. I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship at my residence for an afternoon tea, and a stroll around my garden, should it please you. Till then, adieu. Yours, humbled, D. Bloodmarch. You know what? I do like a gentlemanly man, and damn, Damien. Hey, Amanda. Amanda pops out of her room. Her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she'd been crying. Hey, you alright? I'll just leave it to the voice work there. I just found out that the succulent I've been watering and singing to for the last 3 months was actually made out of plastic. Even the dirt was fake. Oh, honey. I mean... I kinda don't want to push her, but also you are my daughter and I care about you. If there's, you know, anything going on, I just want you to know that I'm here for you, and I'll always be here for you. Whether you need a shoulder to cry on, or a strong dad to go and kick someone's butt, I'm only a phone call away. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. But I'm fine, really. I'm unconvinced, but I'll stop badgering her about it. I'm sure she'll tell me when she's ready. Can you help me out with something? Dad, for the last time, I'm not popping your back pimples. No, no. Can you interpret this for me? I turned the 2 times in 1 episode, huh? I turn the computer to Amanda and she squints at Damien's message. I just don't understand NetSpeak. Like, is this how you kids communicate with each other now? Oh, totally. This is the hot new thing. See, Dad, kids got over saying lol and lamau or whatever and decided that what they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So, what do? Where's your pen and quill? What? Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill? Dad, how will we address the nobleman in regards to your upcoming okay, now I know you're messing with me. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up with a suitor worthy of our land. Or our dowry. Or... So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time and now you're reciting things you know about it back to me, aren't you? Like, the first 5 pages, then I read a review of the movie. Still gotta be, though. Great. That's my daughter. I'm so proud. What do I say to Damien? I got this. And reaches over and types. Sure thing, dude. Regards. Eric. Nice. Well, I suppose that's that. Sure thing, dude. Regards. Okay. Damien has a manor. Or an estate. With Gothic architecture. Gargoyles. And no doorbell. Just a large, ornate knocker. Oh. A little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil portraits of who I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. As I'm admiring them, the front door slams shut behind me. Hello? Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like all the people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? Eric, pleasure to have you in my home. I look up and see Damien standing at the top of a majestic staircase with a walking candle holder. What's with the door slamming shut? Oh, sorry, there was a draft. And the door creaking open when I knocked? I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy oil paintings. I like oil paintings. Right. Please, let me show you around. Okay. Damien leads me around his house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and the parlor again for some reason.
How delightful.
This is one of the older homes on the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Through extensive renovations, I have been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how the rebellious teenage years are. Onward, there's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is the library. Sunlight streams in from floor to ceiling, arched windows. The walls are lined with the packed bookshelves, and even more books are scattered over the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly really proud of this room. Pick up a book. You know, Eric, in the Victorian era, there was some controversy surrounding reading. Many people thought the more tawdry novels would encourage youths into a life of crime and would cause too much of a distraction from work and school. Pull out a book at random, and examine the worn cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read aloud. Naruto struggled against the chains that Sasuke had bound him with. Shirtless and out of breath, he looked up at Sasuke. Sasuke smirked, unbuttoning his ninja pants.
What?
Okay, I think that's enough. Damien, the Victorian obsessed, probably not a vampire, has Naruto fanfiction. That's a rare book from my private collection. Look at the butterflies. I walk up to a glass display of pinned bugs on the wall. It's pretty impressive. Nice bugs. I pinned them all myself. Maybe I could show you sometime. I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my finger. Ah, the pinner's gambit. Is that a thing? No. Through the window. Huh. Craig is doing push-ups with his daughters on his back in the backyard. Cool. Damn. He sees me and waves happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. With his daughters still on his back. Damn! Did you know that Victorians spent at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? Wait, really? No, but Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Please, will you join me for tea? I follow Damien to his sitting room, where finger foods have already been set out upon a beautiful, tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. I can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself. What? It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth or class of the people enjoying it, when in fact the high refers both to the latter time of day that the working class had to enjoy tea, and the height of the tables on which they're served. Oh. My dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Your home is really impressive. It seems like you've really put a lot of work into this place. Thank you. No one's ever complimented my home before. Hell, I can barely get matching salt and pepper shakers in my place. Look what you've done. I'm kinda jealous. The word is envious. Me. There is a difference. That's very generous of you to say. What got you so interested in goth stuff? Well, when I was a young boy, my father... Did he take you into the city? Sorry? Did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious? Of course. But it's... You know, the song... Amanda made me listen to it. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion. What started off as a small lobby of collecting taxidermed animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch a cold. He takes a sip of tea. I can acknowledge that there were many terrible things about the Victorian era, and try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly horrid. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest. Why can't I read or speak? To be cognizant of its flaws and love it all the same. Tell me, Eric, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff. Well, I'd love to hear about your interests. Hearing someone talk about things they're passionate about is intriguing, and quite honestly, rather attractive. Please, do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sounds sophisticated. Soap making videos? Oh god, no. Word jumbles? I mean, yeah, I'm kind of a puzzle guy. Juggling? Nah, I'm not great at juggling. The, written word fascinates me. We spend so much time using words, you know, and, I think people would appreciate them more if they had to unjumble them. It's poetic, really. Oh, so you're a writer. In a sense. We finish our tea and finger sandwiches. Come, I have one more thing to show you. Damien takes me around the back of his home, where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A small stone path weaves through it, and butterflies flit lazily through the air. My garden. It's beautiful. Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Even more interesting is that one flower could mean different things depending on how the other plants, how it was paired with other plants. That's paraphrasing what I actually said. One had to be extremely careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Lilium bulbiferium, the orange lily. What do you think this one means? My loins are ablaze, thou art the tightest. 3 cheers for sweet revenge. I, I suppose loins are ablaze is technically the most romantic of the options, but gross. Me, gross. The orange lily is actually symbolic of pure hatred. Well. And that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. What's your favorite type of flower? Well, snapdragons, just because it has dragons in the name. Or because they're cute, and you can do that thing where you squeeze them so it looks like they're talking. What a lovely choice. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. He would put together a bouquet for me? Nobody's ever given me a bouquet before. Not even my wife. When she was still with me. Oh, Eric, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls the cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. Go for it. Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I'd put a little more effort into that garden Amanda and I tried to start one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. Oh hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle. Sorry, game, you what? That's a head. Let me just... Okay. So this is also... maybe? Nope. So it's this... Wait. Oh, I can right-click to flip it? They didn't tell me that. Thanks, game, for not mentioning this. And on goes the head. Nice. Smooth, subtle. Damien'll never notice. That was a close one. Oh, here comes Damien. He looks upset. Eric, my sincerest apologies to have kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter that I must attend to, so I'm afraid I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything alright? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucian. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, his teacher needs me to come to the school post-haste. Do you need help? Oh, no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together. You're right. This is one of Lucian's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's-a go!
Oh.
Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey, Damien. You're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Well, whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the My Kids Are in Trouble rodeo. What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hughley. I combined Hugo and eventually. God. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into darkness. Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. We find another teacher in a boiler room, tucked away in the back of the basement. With him are Lucian and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucian has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucian tried to kill me.
What?
The room falls silence. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Whoa. Wait a second. Lucian, did you try to Cask of Amontillado Ernest? I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turn to Damien and whisper to him, What's Cask of Amontillado? Amontillado. It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down to his cellar with the promise of wine and of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. So, wait, Lucian, you tried to do that to him. I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually gonna leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized that I had lied about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sorta tipped me off. I have no consistent voice. Ernest. 20 minutes. Dad.
Whoa.
It took you 20 minutes. Son, we just did an entire 2-week unit on the Cask of Amontillado, and it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucian was leading you into an elaborate ruse. Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and then read a review of the movie.
Whoa.
It's only 5 pages long and there is no movie. Yeah, you're right. I paid Lucian to read it for me. Actually, he didn't even pay me, so when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson. You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucian high-five. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. Lucian, Damien, and I all pile into my car and begin the drive home. Lucian immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again. I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you and I can see that you're struggling. So if you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend this next week looking for a summer job, I know how much you want your own car. Can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Love you too. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright. All things considered, Lucian's bricklaying was pretty good, so there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. I really admire how you handled that. Like, damn. Your son tried to brick a person into a tomb, but then you were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It rarely does. You're a good dad. See you around soon? It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her, and in the process, end the episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.